All right, so talking about inbred dogs, right? The traits of the stuff I have, the FrankieBomp blood. All right, so the Sorrells dogs I have are gonna be heavy in FrankieBomp. Basically, everything I have gonna have FrankieBomp in it. All right, so this little puppy right here is off of Bumpy, two-time Frankie, and to Marvel, she is two-time Frankie. They just got different bottom size. And people be wondering, even I was wondering, a dog can have a different bottom side, and that little difference, whether it's the bottom is say a 10% bloodline of something else, that makes a difference in the product of dog that you have or the dog that I have. So this little female right here, she's a nice acting, big bone, big structured dog. So the traits of the stuff I have: heavy, big bone, heavy structure. You see it right there, right? This little female, and she was the smallest one in her litter. The two boys that came out were massive, big, chunky boys. So the structure, the conformation gonna be there. All right, the attitude, the outgoing personality and everything like that gonna be there. All right, also just the durability, meaning they can handle a lot. They're not gonna be outside and shivering and shaking like, any little weather change throw them off. Not to say you don't, properly house the dog. Obviously you want good, proper housing, hay out when it's cold, things like that. So durability, structure, good drives, meaning they got good prey drive. They're gonna wanna go and see what's going on, what's moving. You got something moving in your yard, they wanna go see it, see what's going on, prey drive. So also, they're gonna be thick hide, meaning that skin, that fur, thick hide. They ain't got no, that skin is not so thin or whatnot. If you had dogs before, you know what I'm talking about, you paid attention to it. Like some dogs you can tell, like, they fur is not as thick. That stuff I got with the Sorrell stuff, they got thick hide. I mean, they do, and it really shows. All right, so that's another trait. All right, good nerves, meaning they're not shooken by anything. They very sound, they got good nerves. And all those things pass down when you make breedings. All those things transfer and pass down when you make breeding. So that's what I be looking for when I pair dogs up, especially with Bumpy. He's been producing solid dogs. I mean, I wasn't looking to breed him a lot, but when I bred him, he'll put out a dog with similar to himself because he's inbred. So he's gonna pass those traits forward. So when you inbreed, that's what it does, pass those traits forward versus I make an outcross, it's gonna pull from a lot of different traits. So that's what that's about. That's what that is. So it's a nice female. Like I say, she's already sold. And the guy, he been put a deposit on it well before Marvel even, had the pups. So he got this little female. So I'm definitely gonna repeat the breeding on her next heat cycle. She should come back in heat, I wanna say around February 2026. So top of the year, she should come in heat. So make sure y'all check the date of this video. I do get a lot of questions about old videos. Do you still got this dog? Do I still got that dog? And if the video pretty old, I probably don't, meaning the puppies of that video have already sold. They already gone, So I will do an update, like a yard tour and everything, and show, what I got going on, all the dogs on the yard and stuff like that, which ain't many. I keep a small yard, 5 to 7 dogs, sometimes 5 to 9 dogs. Just depending on what's going on that time of year. But nonetheless, just showing off this little jip right here. Pretty girl, don't even have a name for her, but she's doing good. Tail wagging, like I say, outgoing personality, and these things pass forward. So people often ask, are you moving away from the Sorrell stuff? No, I ain't moving away from it. I know people, they see I got the Garner blood in my yard, the Garner pit bulls, the dogs, that bloodline, and I'm not moving away from the Sorrell stuff. I'm just seeing dogs that I like, and that's one thing. People get caught up on pedigrees, and they really don't get caught up on dogs. I'm the type of person, if it's a good dog, I take it. If it's a red boy dog or whatever dog or these bloodlines that we all be looking at and, know about. Even if it's a bloodline I haven't heard about. I see the dog and it's a well-structured dog, good attitude, good grit, good pit bull, everything about him is a true pit bull, then yeah, I check that dog out. I'm like, hey man, I might want to try that. Because I'm looking at the dog first. When we think about it, we all got bloodlines that we like. And even within our bloodline, we gotta have what we call standards and things that we like about that bloodline. If that's not showing that bloodline, like if this dog was skittish, I'm like, hey man, she's not exemplifying what her mother and father shows. If she was, was shooken and scared by everything. Then I'd be like, dang, you know, something ain't right. You know, something popping up. So, and that goes to say, whatever bloodline you have is good and bad in all bloodlines. I like to see the daddy, the mama and the daddy and the mama, first generation, second generation, grandparents, and the great-grandparents. After that, it don't matter to me. Because I don't know them dogs, I don't know them people. I can't even go back and watch videos to try to find those dogs. But with Bumpy, I can find Bumpy. You can see him online. His daddy, FrankieBomp, and Bumpy's granddaddy, Big Daddy. It's videos of Big Daddy working in the field. Big Daddy was owned by Madison Parker. So I can verify and say those first 3 generations I've seen, and that's what I made my choice on, why I got, you know, the line of dogs I did. Because I can see it, verify it, do the research, and say, hey, I'll take my chances with these dogs right here. And that'd be that. Now, if you want to check it out on the next upcoming pairing, next upcoming breeding between Bumpy and Marvel, you know, it'll be, you know, top of 2026. So plenty of time to make your mind up what you want to do. But if I can pull that off and she takes and she have a big litter, and I'll be doing my best to get her on some vitamins and things like that to see, you know, if she release more eggs this time on her next heat cycle. Those puppies right there are going to be very special. Those puppies, right, like these puppies, very special. All right, so catch Guard Megiddo. Catch you on the next one.